Welcome to Social Innovation, the Kaleidoscope, created by the Cambridge Center for Social Innovation. We share the different colors and facets of social innovation around the world. I'm Berenice Pardo.
Hi, Momo.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. Very excited about this conversation.
Yeah, me
with
too.
you.
Thank you.
So just to start, can you please tell us something about yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Mohammad and you can call me Momo. I'm 27 years old. I come from Syria, but I am half Palestinian, half Syrian. I moved to the UK in 2019 and I've been living in London since.
You were in Turkey before, is that right?
Exactly.
And
Yes.
then you relocated to London with the United Nations Refugee Agency, the resettlement scheme. Can you tell us a little bit about how that works?
The UNHCR helps people in vulnerable places in countries around Syria to be resettled to a third country. And when I was in Turkey, I was classified as in those situations. So I got to be resettled to a third country. And it takes a long process with lots of interviews and lots of tests and stuff, but it finally happened. And I'm glad it did, just before the COVID.
With this program, it's my understanding that when you're relocated, you get assigned a country, right? So what were your feelings when they told you that you were coming to the UK?
One day they just sent me a document to sign that I'm not in any kind of relationship that would allow anyone to claim like a reunion. And in those documents, they were in the Arabic writing, it was like resettlement country, but in the English writing, it was the UK. So I knew from the documents before they told me. I was glad because I was already speaking English. I don't need to. Of course, I would need, but I wouldn't spend a lot of time learning a new language. So that was a good point.
When you arrived to the UK, did you find it was a welcoming experience, or was it a bit daunting, or a mix of both?
Very welcoming. I had a friend who is from the UK, and she helped me a lot, showing me around and doing lots of stuff. And also people who are much more friendlier than in Istanbul, Turkey, if I'm allowed to say that.
Yes, you are. It's so your experience.
Whenever you go out, you can have people smiling at you, or starting conversation, or saying hi, hello. I thought that was really nice. Plus, I loved how diverse London is, and whenever you go out, also you can hear all the languages in the world, which is amazing.
I'm also glad that you had a friend that could show you around, because that
it made everything much easier.
Yes. I read that in this program you receive some support to start integrating yourself into your new life and settling yourself to the place you're living in. At what point did you hear about Migrateful?
I was browsing the internet and I was just finding job opportunities and stuff to do in London, and I came across Migrateful, and I really I liked the aspect of it. It's not actually, I want to go back a little bit.
Yes.
Because when I first arrived, I wanted to become a chef and study a full course of to become a chef, but then while being on a trip to Wales, I met two of my friends of my friend, and they were both chefs, and they told me please think twice before you approach this subject, because it's really exhausting and tiring compared to the income of it. And so I decided to step back, think about it, and in that process I came across Migrateful. And I like the aspect of Migrateful because you're not cooking and having this pressure on. you're just sharing your story, sharing your experience, and like teaching some nice dishes for people who are interested in.
You trained to be a vet, is that correct?
True.
Back in
Yes.
Syria, right?
Yes.
Is that something that at some point in life you want to explore?
I would say it's very challenging, but it's not impossible. And yes, I would like it would be on my something I would do in the future.
I know that for Migrateful, you have to apply in order to be selected as a chef. So congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
How is the application process?
It was fun, to be honest, because the first time I've learned about Migrateful, there were no application at that moment. But a few months later, I was on their page and I saw or maybe on Instagram they published a story where like you can become a chef, like it's open now. So I was really excited. I went to the website and read all the conditions, and the application was very simple and straightforward. But they wanted to have a video, a recording of yourself, just talking about yourself, your background, your story, and also to like go through a recipe step by step. But at that moment, I thought everyone who applies would be like really good, and so I wanted to stand out. I wanted to be special. So I've recorded myself, and also recorded a cooking lentil soup, and I made it into like a YouTube kind of video. It wasn't like just a selfie video. And I've actually taught myself how to edit videos, and I did it in very professional way with some mistakes. It's fine. But it was a cool experience to do this. And then I applied, and they called me in, and they were really impressed with the video.
From what I understand, the trainings are usually in person, but I don't know, maybe did it change at this time?
Usually it's in person. Yeah, even the cookery classes are in person, but now it's all moved to the virtual world.
I think that the fact that the cookery classes are now online open new opportunities because you can reach more people. But I'm not sure about the training online, because if you're learning how to cook, you probably have someone next to you that is checking if you're doing it right or not. How did that work?
It wasn't that challenging. It was really nice. Like we have a 3 hours workshop twice a week. And the first half, we start with introduction and like a chicken subject where like something you're grateful about this week, or like something. And we get everyone starting like and warm up to start the class. And then one of the chefs or some other volunteers would teach us a subject, whether it's public speaking or writing recipes or modifying ingredients to fit like into small portions, or like different very nice subjects. And and then because each chef had 3 training classes that are like we train with other chefs who are working like the same as us, our colleagues. So one person would have their class on that day, and they would send the ingredients, and then we get the ingredients and cook along with that person. And it was really fun. Like it was like first, I guess it's more comfortable when you're in your own kitchen and trying new things. And it was because in my group there were people from everywhere, and it was really incredible, like having to cook different food from different places. I found it really interesting.
Yeah, it opens you
Yes.
a world of color, textures, flavors.
Yeah, true.
When did you start giving classes? When did you go out to the world?
My first class was on 29th December, just after Christmas. And It was really nice. I was a lot nervous because it was my first public one. I didn't want to mess up, so that's normal. But as soon as it started, I felt comfortable, and people were amazing, and they're already nice people who are interested in this organization. So I didn't have anything to worry about. And they found it easy to follow, and they really enjoyed it, and we had fun. The class, most of my participants were having their tickets as a Christmas present. So it put a lot of pressure on me, but it was really fun to be as a Christmas present.
Migrateful not only provides you with training and a job opportunity, but they also try to fight against the stigma. How has that been?
I don't know how to respond to that, because I don't really take it seriously, and I wouldn't let it affect me. So I just know I have to work on myself. I have to do the things that I find enjoyable and fun, and things that are interesting to me and meaningful to me. So when I do that by myself, then people respect, and people appreciation would come by itself. Like I don't want to push myself on people, and they would have to like see me and see what I have to provide, and then appreciate that.
It's a very wise approach, and I think I'm really sure it works quite well.
Thank you.
Going back to the cooking classes, I had the opportunity to cook with your colleague Majida, and I cooked fattoush and harak isbao. What did you teach?
Now my first initial menu is ozi, which is chicken and rice parcels with phyllo pastry, and a side salad of cucumber and yogurt, plus the famous baklava, which people really get excited about.
Yes, I thought it would be really difficult to make, so I think I'll have to do a class with you to learn that then.
It's just about the technique, then it will be very easy.
So now you are starting your classes, which is amazing. This is a source of income, and this will provide you opportunities for something else in the future. But I also know that you have a project in mind. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
My project is Momo's Dairy. It's a Syrian cheese business. I'm working with another organization. They help refugees to start up a business, basically, and they provide lots of workshops and mentoring and coaching. And it's really also like same lovely people as Migrateful. Like they're really supportive, and they really push you through. And it's been amazing. Like I finished the first part of the course, which is the ICE Academy, and now I'm working with them on the like actual startup course. Now we're working on branding and building websites and finance. So hopefully everything goes well.
Well, I'm sure it will, and keep us posted.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you to Mohammad Abu Zard, chef at Migrateful. You can find more about the work of the Cambridge Center for Social Innovation by following our social media. See you next time.